Hello, everyone. We're still waiting for people to get connected, so we'll. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, they can hear me. We're still waiting for everyone to get connected, so bear with us. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. This is a live stream with Paul and Gail of Gaia. Speak to us, Gail.
Yes, hi everyone. So happy to be here. We're here on behalf of Patty Broussard, and we were expecting a few more people to show up, but they haven't shown up yet.
They'll connect eventually.
We hope they do, and that includes Patty. And we're happy to be here today and do this for her. And I hope you're willing to help, because everybody has their times when they need some help.
Right. Well, the backstory is Patty's in the hospital right now, and she's suffering from circulatory system issues, and she's having problems with getting circulation to her lower extremities, her feet, and they're not the least bit happy. She's been having a great deal of trouble getting around, and now she's in the hospital, and they're looking like it's going to be at least a couple of weeks that she's in there, a week or two. They're trying to talk the doctors into doing an angioplasty, which would be they could do both legs at the same time. They're talking surgery, which is going to be a huge ordeal, because they can only do one leg at a time, right?
We have Christine coming in.
All right, excellent. We've got Christine coming in. If they do surgery, they can only do one leg at a time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they do one leg, she's got to recover from that, and then they go in and they do the next leg, and then she's got to recover from that. Where if they do an angioplasty, they can do both legs at the same time, and the recovery time is much shorter. But she's still going to be laid up for a while. So what this program is for is we are trying to get, going to try and raise a few funds and see if we can't hook her up with a netbook or a tablet, computer, whatever, that she can use from her bed, and something hopefully powerful enough that she's actually going to be able to get some use of it afterwards. And now I'm getting my live chat up here. There we go. Let's see. We've got Tim in there. We've got M in there. Cheryl Whitestone is in there. Hello. Oh yeah, we could do a PayPal link. Dot Connector, if you could type in my email address, pgbeener@yahoo.com. It's also in the comments for the video. It's in the chat, and it's also in the comments. So it's pgbeener@yahoo.com. Please be sure and put for Patty in the notes section so I know what it's for. And here we go. I'll pop this in there. And there. Okay. There's my email address. Please be sure to add for Patty in the notes section. And we'll make sure that every dime goes to Patty. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to order something tonight and get it to hit the dock right away so she can get as much use out of it as possible. And what else can we talk about in the meanwhile while we're waiting for people to connect, Gail?
Let me think on that one.
Well, we can't talk about anything illegal, immoral, or fattening because this is YouTube, but
and that eliminates a lot of things.
Yes, that eliminates a lot of things, but
especially things that are very important and current today.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of other places, other free range and Global Voice network videos where they can get that information also. So
right. Well, I would also like to point people to the fact that I just recently put out a video with Dr. Judy.
Yeah.
And I really would encourage people to watch it because it's very good.
Yeah, and we actually made it so easy for you to go and find that video. Just type into your browser video.galeofgaia.com, video.galeofgaia.com, and that will dump you right into Gail's Odyssey page. And it's the most recent video. It's right there, staring you in the face. You can literally click on it and rock and roll. So,
and you would love the information that she provides in that video.
Yeah, it was just uploaded
to you today.
It was just uploaded. What, yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, and the interview was done. What, the day before, or was it earlier yesterday? When was that?
It was the day before.
Was it taped?
The day before.
Yeah, it was taped the day before. It spent one day in post production, and it's live now.
And of course, I can't post on Facebook because I'm in Facebook jail.
Right.
So unfortunately, sometimes other people will post for me, but it doesn't always show up. And I'd like to point out, see this T-shirt that I have on today?
Yeah.
If I was to turn around, I think, if you can read it. Can you read it, Paul?
Fight censorship. There you go.
Yay.
Yeah. I want a T-shirt that on the front it says, "I promise to be very, very, very good," and on the back it's got a hand with crossed fingers.
Oh, well, we do have to fight the censorship, and I think one of the things that's really important too is people need to start standing up and saying, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to wear that anymore. I'm not going to get that thing anymore." And
yeah,
I don't agree to any kind of making my home a prison.
Right. Now, I realize it's going to take about 30 seconds for us to get an answer out of chat because of the YouTube delay on the stream and stuff like that. But I'm curious. I tried something new at the beginning of this program, the 5-minute countdown with the music. I'm just curious what people thought of the 5-minute countdown and if they could hear the music and what they thought of it. So I'm just curious because, well, I'm the curious sort.
Is anybody asking any questions?
And let's see. And now Dot Connector's in there. She's got it handled. Hey, Christine,
good.
Got your tongue?
Yes, you can unmute Christine and join the conversation. Feel free to, unless you're too busy trying to do stuff in the chat.
No, I think she's either busy typing or her cat's got her tongue. Whatever. So
yeah.
We're trying to get a hold of Patty right now. Maybe you can try and call her. Oh, hi, Christine.
Hi, how are you? How's everybody? I'm glad everybody could join us.
MC, thank you for the response. Thank you for the reply. MC said it was good. Cool. So, gotta love that. Yeah, if you could mute yourself, Gail, and use Skype and you don't have a microphone on the other computer. Maybe you can call her on the phone and see if we can get Patty connected and see what's going on with her. We might have to wait a little while to have Patty show up because, there's nurses and doctors coming and going and they're scheduling this, that, and the other thing. And we were hoping to be able to have Patty here, but we weren't exactly sure when she'd be able to appear. So we're going to do about an hour or so for a live stream just to give her and other people time to connect. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, we're using this as a backup to Free Range. It is my channel. I'm going to be doing my own things also, but it's also going to be a backup to Free Range. So if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we do fun stuff on this channel.
I would like to add, Paul, if you don't mind, too. I have the same issue. People, I need you to sign up, share, and subscribe on Odyssey, because YouTube, you just can't depend on them anymore. They'll take you down in a heartbeat. I already have 2 strikes there too. And you put up truth, or you bring people on that are trying to inform people about what's really going on, and they knock you off. And it's big tech censorship. And the only way we can fight that is by finding other platforms that will not do that. And one of the things about Odyssey is that it will import all the videos on YouTube and bring them to Odyssey.
I'm really surprised that this one went off without a hitch.
Well, sometimes you just need to get a few of them under your belt to know what's going on and how to manage things. And once you got it, you got it. So I think we can get it and do this as is needed in the future as well.
Yeah, well, this also means that we can go live. We essentially went live within 5 minutes to set up this program. I mean, we connected on Zoom like at quarter to the top of the hour. But basically, once we hit the live button, we were ready to go within 5 minutes. Just, a couple of, while the slideshow was playing, a couple of last minute things getting set up. And that's really all it took. So if something serious happens, we are on it. As long as the internet's working, we're on it. And if the internet's not working, we couldn't get the message to you any other way anyway. So
yes, I noticed in the chat that Christine is asking us to mention the remedies which are discussed in the video from the roundtable, which is on Paul's YouTube channel and it's also on my Odyssey channel, and both of us have included some of the remedies. So that is something you might want to look at. And that includes the remedies that were mentioned by all parties on the show at that time. Right. And plus, we also put up, I put some of the questions and answers up as well. As much as you're allowed, you always only have a limited number of characters, so you can only put up so much. And I put up as many as I could. So sometimes you like to go back and review some of the answers, it's harder to have to listen to the whole video all over again. So we included it in the chat.
Actually, what you could do if you want to be able to see all of those questions and answers, everything that happened in the live chat, okay? If you want to see everything that happened in the live chat, go to video.gvrn.net. Video.gvrn for Global Voice Radio Network.net. That will go straight to my Odyssey page, and that live Q&A is posted there. Now, when you play that, you'll not only get a few coins for playing it, so it'll pump up your coinage up in the upper right-hand corner. It'll give you an opportunity to subscribe to my Odyssey channel, but if you look down in the comments, you'll see that I posted all 8 pages of the live chat stream in 8 messages in the comments for that video. So you can go and find all of the information that was shared on the top chat replay. Or you can go to my YouTube channel and just scan through the video, and it'll just keep on adding chats as you go along. Now, we've got a few more minutes, and then I'm going to be making an announcement, something kind of interesting. I think at about the bottom of the hour, I'm going to be making an announcement of something fun and interesting we're going to do for everybody that's connected. Give them an opportunity to do something really fun, and it'll also be fun for us as well. So.
I see somebody in the chat said that green's my color. Well, thank you very much. And I got to show you this T-shirt a little bit. And on the back of the T-shirt, it says "Fights Censorship."
Absolutely.
I don't know if you can read it if I turn around, but anyway, thank you for saying that.
Wow. Okay. I was making a cigarette, but I'm Ah, Cheryl Potts, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Cheryl Potts.
Actually, I should probably make the announcement right away. Do you think I should make the announcement?
Yeah, I think
right
you
away?
should. I think you should because this is important, and we really are trying to help somebody. And it would, if there are people out there that can help. No, Patty doesn't have access to the med beds any more than anybody else at this point in time.
No. The med beds are being rolled out for on a triage basis for children that are having desperate needs. I mean, living in tunnels in pitch black and never being out of the tunnel, never being in the daylight. They had to shield their eyes when they pulled them up out of the tunnels. Some of them sadly died when they got them to the surface because their system couldn't handle the shock, so they had to create like an intermediate triage before they actually took them to the surface. So it's just horrific, the things that have been happening, and the med beds have been positioned and released for saving the little ones, but not the general public yet.
Yeah, and I believe the veterans will be second, and then it'll open up to the general public. But it'll be fairly quickly once it begins.
Well, it'll also be prioritized. It'll be prioritized on a triage basis. The veterans and critical civilian cases, I think, early on. I'm not sure. I could be talking out my butt, which I frequently do. So.
That provides a picture I don't want to see. But anyway.
Okay, well, all right. So, thank you very. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Cheryl, for starting us out. And I want to let everybody know. Christine, are you listening? Are you unmuted? You need to unmute because I want.
I am listening with bated breath.
I want to hear the. Oh my God! I love that when I come out with this.
Okay.
I want to hear it. I do. Now, for those people, those valued listeners and viewers today that step up to help us out with what we are doing, if you contribute $50 or more, $50 or more,
Deep breath.
I want to hear. Whoops. If you contribute $50 or more, when I get the email notification that you made your contribution, I will take your email address and I will reply. You put your email address in there in your note for Patty, okay? $50 or more, if you put your email address in there, I will forward to you immediately the Zoom invitation, and you will be joining us live if you wish to be on the program today. $50 or more, send it to my PayPal, and I will immediately send you the invite link for Zoom, and you can join us right here on the air. What do you think?
I would like to. I think that's wonderful, and I hope that happens. I really do. I would like to make a little announcement that I thought about, and that is, I hope that you will watch next week for some of the videos that I will be putting out. I will be having the author, Peter Montoya, who wrote The Second Civil War. The
book.
Basically.
He didn't write the Second Civil War. He wrote the book.
Yeah, right. Okay. So he'll be on the show. And then I have another, Jason McLean. He will be on the show. He is calls himself the Tarot Wizard. And he has done a number of CDs with that kind of thing. And so,
and has he got some pipes? Oh my goodness. Amazing.
oh, you heard some? Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yes, amazing. I listened to some of the one of the CDs he did, and oh yeah,
And then we'll be having Ted Marr back.
yeah.
And possibly Amanda New Earth with him from Australia to find out what's going on there, because I don't know if you had a chance to see anything online about that, but they're having some pretty horrific lockdowns and terrible things going on.
She's in
So-
Australia or New Zealand?
She's in Australia,
Okay, yeah.
and so we'll hear some information on that. I also have a video soon to come out that was Sasha Stone, for anybody that likes him. And we talked as well. That'll be out soon. We just did this last week.
Yeah,
And anyway.
that's in post production right now.
Right. So that'll be out before the other ones. But just for a heads up, we got some very interesting guests coming up very soon.
Cool. And we got another Barbara Nail, Chiwetalu. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't even, I'm sorry, forgive me. I wasn't even going to try and pronounce that because I didn't want to destroy it.
I do that often.
I didn't want to make a mess of it from somebody who's been called everything from Biner, Burner, Bernier, Bunner, Banner, everything throughout my entire life. Okay, it's Wiener with a B. It's not that hard.
Well, hey, I got the same problem, Paul, because I can think of all the things you can rhyme Gale with.
Oh yeah.
Sail, mail.
Right. Absolutely.
Whale. It goes on and on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Loads of fun. Do you think you can call Patty and see what's up with her? Like mute your.
okay. I'll
your-
mute myself here and see if I can get her to come in.
Yeah, Christine and I can talk for a minute while you've checked out, or while you're off and trying to contact Patty to get her on here. I mean,
Okay.
I would just think of something to save myself, but I wouldn't want to bore anybody. So, what's up with you today, Christine?
Nothing much. Just trying to get ready for the show. And I just wanted to point out what a great discussion that roundtable was. And that included Patty Broussard,
Mhm.
Drake Bailey, Ted Marr, yourself, and Gail. And it was fantastic.
And you were there
actually, I
too,
watched
even
it
though you
twice.
were muted.
Right. I was in the background doing chat in the Zoom and chat on YouTube. And yeah, it was good. But I really missed half of it. So I had to watch it again. It was so good. Yeah.
Wow.
Very informative.
Yeah, I watched it. I took the captured stream from the live stream. I also recorded it locally, and I actually did post-production on it, cleaned it up a little bit, and then uploaded it to Odyssey. And I enjoyed listening to it, except for the stuff where I was talking. That was kind of boring.
Oh, not at all. It was fun. It was, everybody was being themselves,
Hmm.
and it was just about truth.
Everybody
which
let
was
their
so
hair
nice.
down.
It was refreshing,
Yeah.
and to come away with so much information between all the questions and answers that were posed by the chat, which is wonderful. They asked some really good questions. It was very interactive, and also the remedies. So the remedies can be found on Paul's channel in the comment section
Hmm.
on Odyssey. Was it on YouTube as well?
No,
just
it
Odyssey?
it's just on Odyssey. So just go to
Okay.
video.gvrn.net and
I can try to pull that link when we're done talking. But and then Gail, in her description on Odyssey, the description that's right immediately under the video, included the questions and answers. So between those two, you will get a lot of information.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it was really great how the panelists were able to play off each other's strengths, and they agreed on a number of topics, and each person brought their own particular flavor to the discussion, and it made it very valuable. It made
it did. It wasn't that each person was parroting, you know, someone else. They each had their own sources, and they may not have agreed on everything. You know, not everybody. That's what makes a great discussion, right? When everybody brings their best and elevates the discussion, and that's why it was so good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it was a good mix. It was a good mix of people. We started out with Ted Marr and got to thinking, okay, who else can we add to this and make it a
Okay,
round
I have to tell you, I just finished talking to Patty.
Okay.
She was just about to have her vitals taken, and she's got all kinds of IVs running, and she's extremely tired and could hardly keep her eyes awake for me to talk with her. So she's not going to be able to come on.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can carry the show ourselves. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but we'll try and come up with something. I mean, I can always I can always come up with a few stupid jokes or something.
Well, maybe the audience might have some questions in the chat. Maybe if they could put it in capital letters, it would be easier to see, and we could field some questions.
Yeah, we'll answer them as best we can.
Okay.
Right. Absolutely. And in the meanwhile, a Roman legionnaire walks into a bar and holds up 2 fingers. Bartender says, 5 beers coming right up. Roman numeral 5.
When you have to tell the punchline, that's kind of bad, Paul.
I'm
Nice
sorry.
try. Got any more?
Oh, good grief. Oh, yeah. Okay. That was really fun.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. One more. And then we'll get to the serious stuff and the questions once questions come up in the chat, because it takes about 30 seconds for them to figure out what we're asking them, because it takes 30 seconds for YouTube to get to it. A dragon walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Why the long face?" Dragon says, "I just had to fire half my employees." Okay.
Okay.
Is that all of it? Is there any more?
All right. What can I say?
Someone in the chat did just mention Del Bigtree's
Oh, yes.
recent video, and I did catch that, and it was at the end of a conference apparently, and it was a rally cry for the United States, especially in Florida and Texas, to wake up.
Stand up, wake up, say no.
Stand up, get out there. Look at all these countries like Bucharest, Romania, Algeria, France.
I think that's that show you're talking about is the most recent archive on thehighwire.com. Isn't that right?
Yes, it's one that Judy spoke about as well, and said that it was extremely well. And one of the things, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but one of the things that she brought up about it was explaining the reason and how this pandemic actually came forward, and that there's a reason why they're trying to knock off older people.
Oh, okay. The Sea of Lies. Is that it?
I think so, but I can't say for sure. I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
But I would guess it would be.
But she did advocate very strongly for the I Can Defense Fund. She talked about Robert Kennedy Jr. and Del Bigtree and her interactions with them and some other physicians. I know Del Bigtree has been in meetings with the CDC, the WHO, et cetera, in previous years, trying to change, the legislature.
Well, people have to realize that the CDC is not, I repeat, not a government agency. It is a private for-profit business.
Yep.
Yes.
Same with the FDA. Same with most of our government agencies.
All of them. So at this point, I do get newsletters. You can go to the Children's Defense Fund, and in association with the High Wire and Del Bigtree, and you can get their newsletter, I think once a week or so, and it updates you as to all the current mandates, which are not laws.
Right.
It's a lot of fear porn being put out.
Yes.
Everything's being ramped up in terms of fear. And Judy even spoke about that during her video, Gail, with you.
Yes, definitely.
The power of the fear that they're trying to invoke now, trying to get infants and babies and children.
And one of Judy's two statements, which really stuck with me, is one, courage is contagious, and faith over fear.
Yes.
They're very important.
Yep. All very good.
Yes.
And here's another one. Some people that know and realize that they made a mistake, that they had been conned by not full disclosure about the so-called.
We know what you're talking about.
Then to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself. We all make mistakes, every single one of us. There's one of us here that hasn't made mistakes or had some regrets about something that they may have done in their life. And it being thankful and grateful and forgiving is extremely important.
And forgiving yourself is part of doing the shadow work. It's recognizing what your responsibilities are. It's very hard to do. Very hard to do. I've found out, as I work through things in my life. But it's very liberating at the same time. You really get to know your soul much better, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and what's going to be 10 times, 1,000 times as hard is to try to forgive those who have promoted evil. Ultimately.
Yeah, we can forgive them without letting them off the hook.
Exactly. There has to be justice.
Thank you, Paul.
Righteous judgment. Righteous justice.
Yeah,
I guess is the right word.
We can forgive them without giving them a pass. But all of the mandates.
No passes for some of the things that have been done.
Right.
Yeah. No. Sorry.
The mandates, the executive orders, things like that, things that are issued by a man or issued by a corporation. I mean, you're up here, okay? They're down here. So their mandates and corporate rules of conduct only apply to you if you consent to them.
That's one of the biggest problems, is we have permissioned a lot of things.
Yeah, unknowingly, without full disclosure. So God is up here, okay? Creator. You are right here. They are down here. Remember that. They'd like to...
The other thing I'd like to just emphasize, too, is that the information is out there if you look for it now.
awarriorcalls.com. Go to that website, awarriorcalls.com. The guy, Chris, what's his name? Christopher James.
James, yeah.
He has been raising so much ruckus in the Canadian court system that they have barred him from all the courthouses. They won't let him in the building. You have no business being here. You're not in our system, so you have no business being here. They barred him from being there.
Well, they don't want the truth to be revealed. And
Right. And that's why.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't really realize what BAR stands for either.
British Accredited Registry.
So, what does that mean, Paul?
What's an esquire? An esquire is a title of nobility.
Exactly.
Swearing allegiance to the BAR, the British Accredited Registry, is swearing allegiance to a foreign power.
Which means you're a foreign agent.
It's committing treason against the United States and its people.
The American people. Yes, we have been so conned by so many organizations and people. It's unreal. And all this truth is coming out, and we need to get everybody in the fight.
Absolutely everyone. So
I know one thing that Judy had mentioned, she had mentioned Catherine Austin Fitz,
yes,
who is well known.
Yes.
She is well known in economic matters. She has the Solari Report website, and she recommends paying cash for items, paying cash for your rent, paying cash everywhere you go, and not using their digital system, part of the beast system, so to speak. I thought that was interesting.
Well, how's that going to work when the quantum? I'm sorry, Gil. Go ahead. I was
just going to say that you can
work.
do that for most things, but you can't always do it for everything, depending on what the circumstances and so on are. But you can try to do it as much as possible.
And
also another way
to
live without banks is to use prepaid cards, and then you just put the money that you need on a prepaid card, and temporarily use that card for something that you have to, say, pay online or pay, some other way that you don't have any other way to do. And I have a couple things like that I'd rather, But anyway, go on, Paul. You wanted to say something, please.
Well, the prepaid cards, they charge you a fee to load money on the card. They sell you the card to begin with, and they charge anyone that you use that card to pay a percentage fee for the electronic transaction. So the prepaid cards, they're really triple dipping. They sell you the card for $2.95. They charge you $2.95 every time you load money on it, and they're charging 1.5% to everybody you pay.
But I'm going to have to add, Paul, if you have a bank account and you happen to overdraft something.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
plus
true.
The monthly fee. It's they're always getting us one way or another. There's no doubt about that. The only reason I brought up the prepaid cards was for the possibility of when you have to pay something with a card
online,
and you don't want to have a bank account anymore. It's a way to do it. That was my only point. I'm not advocating them or anything like that. It's just another way of managing a difficult situation.
Yeah, it's or like buying a friend a netbook or tablet and using your PayPal debit card to order it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Same difference.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. That's the way it works. What have we got in the chat? Chris Ann Hall. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. We've even tried to get her on the show. But she's inundated with calls and requests and so on. And maybe at some point in time, a lot of these people are like that, and it's not easy to garner their time.
Right. Not easy. Let's see if we've got any more donations coming in. Yes, we do. We've got one. And before I open this up, are we going to be inviting somebody else onto the program? Are we? Kathleen. Yes. Thank you for helping us out. Cool. Cool. We're at a point. We're at the guaranteed reconditioned 10-inch tablet is where we're at right now. We're trying to get to a 13 or 14-inch netbook, so she doesn't have to try to navigate IV things and use the touchpad on the tablet. We're trying to get to a netbook with an actual keyboard. Is where we're trying to get. We're getting there. We're getting there. So, who else can we invite onto the program, Gail? Who else do you think might want to show up?
Well, I could call Dean.
Well, you could call Dean or
Who else you got in mind? Anybody else?
I don't know. I've got to think that there's at least a few people in our international Skype group, either BS or Love and Light. One of those groups. There might be someone in there. See who's active. See who's active and talking. Emily, happy to see you too. The Dot Connector. What website for the Children's Defense Fund? What's the address for that? Do you know?
Just above it.
Oh, just above it. No, it might be a little higher up. I don't see that. It probably rolled.
No,
off.
it's okay. I'll just put it in again.
Yeah, okay. Because that's an important thing. That's an important thing to support and to check frequently, because there's nothing more sacred. There's nothing more worthwhile than supporting those who are supporting the kids. There's nothing more worthwhile than that. Except for maybe a netbook for a fellow freedom fighter who's laid up at the moment.
Okay, I'm also going to put the link in for ICAN. That's the acronym ICAN, which stands for Informed Consent Action Network. And through there, you can access the Highwire, but you can also access the legal actions that they are constantly fighting in the courts now for stopping these mandates and what have you. They're constantly working on our behalf, and they do have a donate button as well.
Yeah, and they do have a donate button on the highwire.com too. It's right in the upper right hand corner.
Yes, you can access the Highwire through this website as well.
Okay. And
the ICAN website.
And what is the address for the icandecide.org?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, so go to icandecide.org, and there's support buttons and links to the Highwire and everything else. Fun stuff.
So we have a question in the chat about, was the video with Judy meant to be that short? It was. Could you explain the teaser for Wide Awake?
It was an hour long.
Yeah, the teaser was put on YouTube, and the reason that the teaser was put on YouTube is because if we put the whole video on YouTube, Gail's channel would be gone right now.
Exactly.
The video is up on video.gailofgaia.com. That is Gail's Odyssey page, and it is the most recent posted video. So if you saw the one on Gail's YouTube page, that is just a teaser just to get you to go to the Odyssey page that is not censored. So
is there a link?
And the link is there in the description.
Yeah, right in the description.
So,
I find sometimes people don't know how to access the description box. It's right underneath that the title, and It's right where the video ends and the comments begin.
Right.
There's
Okay.
another person that I'd like to mention that is really good to look up on internet. I don't know what her
Here's
website is right off the top of my head, and maybe you could look it up, Christine. It's Peggy Hall. She has all kinds of documents that you can use that can be helpful in this time if you want to say no to certain things. Just like Judy says, there isn't a job out there that's worth your life.
Okay, I just posted your Odyssey links for Judy's video in the chat as well. And now I will give you Peggy Hall's website link in the chat.
Thank you, Christine. You're so helpful.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Are you putting them in the Zoom chat or in the YouTube chat? Because I'm not
YouTube
seeing.
chat.
I'm not seeing.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it for some reason, but
No,
Maybe.
the
I think because
last,
of the delay, perhaps.
the most recent
Oh.
comment was from Wide Awake. Was the video? Oh, there we go. It just updated. Wow. Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
Rachel is saying that bilateral surgeries happen all the time, meaning both legs could be done at the same time.
I knew a woman who
may
had two
happen.
knee surgeries done at one time. I couldn't believe it, but she wanted to get them both done and over with it.
The-
Be
the-
done with it.
I think
Yeah.
the reason why they're saying that they can only do one leg at a time is because of her overall health condition. This is something that's been brewing for quite some time, and just the the amount of time that it would require for a surgery that long, other complicating issues. They cannot do both legs at one time.
Well, as you know, I'm a physical therapist, and I would advise against that simply because it would be advantageous for healing and strengthening for someone to have one leg done, get some really good therapies, and allow it to heal, because it's a very long incision, oftentimes from the groin down to the ankle.
Ouch. Ooh.
It's very involved. So,
Yes, it is. I've seen it.
yeah, and so you want somebody as strong as possible for the second surgery, and that's
Right.
my opinion.
Plus, I would agree with you on that, Christine, because I've seen it. It's been a long time, but I've seen it too. But also, another option prior to jump into surgery is angioplasty.
Right.
Well, that's
Yeah.
And then
that's
you've got
whatever.
blood thinners, and you've got all the medications that have to work themselves out as you're recovering, and getting therapies and having the nurses do wound care. And it's quite involved. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and the angioplasty is much shorter recovery time. That and Patty's house, Patty's living environment, her domicile, as it were, is not conducive to the use of a wheelchair. It's a little tight,
Oh.
so she's got to remain mobile on her own power. And if she had surgery in both legs, she'd be laid up for some time. She wouldn't even be able to go home. She'd have to go to a intermediate care facility before they'd actually release her.
And that may be the best course of action, depending on how things go and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't know if she has any animals or anything like that she has to take care of or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't think
yeah.
she does. I'm not positive, but I don't think she does. But still, it's a lot in her living quarters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Either way.
yeah, it's
So.
a lot. So, all right. So we're talking about the religious exemption to that thing, and Peggy Hall is real big on that. Awesome.
Yes.
She's got a bunch of documents for a bunch of different things, including the other things,
Yeah, those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else can we talk about? Who else can we invite on? Was there anybody in any of those groups that you looked at?
Did you see my message directly to you, Paul? That's
Directly
a possibility
to
too.
me. Well,
Yes,
actually,
directly to you.
if I open chat, I'm going to have to move it off the screen because
Oh, okay. Well,
the stream.
I was just going.
Okay, there we go.
I mean, it's just a possibility of something to show to while more people decide what they might be able to do.
Yeah.
Again, it's for Patty, and like I said, I did talk to her, and she was half asleep, and they had come in to do her vitals, and she has, what looks like a half a dozen bags on, IV bags and so on, and so she couldn't talk. And we tried to get a couple of her really good friends, but they don't seem to be available.
Well, so let's see what we've got for see if we've got any more. If everyone would please in the chat, go ahead and share the link for this program to all of your Facebook pages, any Facebook groups that you're in, share it on Signal, share it on Telegram, share it everywhere, far and wide. Let's try and get a whole bunch of people in here and get this done. So no more contributions yet. And I'm checking. So
even small amounts are helpful. I mean, they do add up if more people contribute. And that's one of the things, we have to help each other out. That's the direction things are moving. And people need to step up and help.
Yeah.
We can't survive without it.
We have had 3 people step up so far.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
And any latecomers to the program, anyone that goes to PayPal and sends $50 or more to pgbeener@yahoo.com. That's my email address. Christine, if you could pop it back into the live chat again quickly, if you would. Anyone that sends $50 or more, I will immediately send you the Zoom invite link so you can join us live on the air for the duration of the program.
We would love to have you.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. Come on down. I don't know, maybe if you pop Drake a note, maybe he wants to come in and join us.
I didn't think of that.
We didn't invite him. Why didn't we invite Drake?
I don't know. I didn't think of it.
You get old and your brain doesn't work anymore, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well because I basically OD'd on vitamin B6, B12, and glutathione this morning just to get the old noggin working for the show. So let's see if we can get Drake in.
Well, best on that note, I would like to mention some of the products that I offer are very high in glutathione, vitamin D3, many of the things that will help to boost your immune system, including the hemp paste as well.
Like Modexis.
And Modexis, yes.
Yeah, well, we're going to be...
Longevity and Lift.
We're going to be taking a break in a minute because... And I apologize, folks, but we're going to be taking a break for a minute in a little bit because I got to run to the little room with no window, and my coffee is empty. So actually, I'm thinking it would be a good thing to do that right now. So let's take a break for a moment, and we'll be right back after this.
Don't go away, please.
My name is Happy Hemp Paste, but you can call me Happy. I am from a large family, and we are growing like weeds. I have a story to tell you. Did you know that science has discovered that CBD oil is damaged? Many of the important healing compounds evaporate during extraction. Did you know that hemp paste uses no machines and no chemicals, so there is no damage done, and I leave no environmental footprint? Oh yes, I am so much better than CBD oil because my paste has no waste, because I am whole plant-based. Only 2 ingredients in every jar: my flour and coconut oil. The most natural form of me ever. Here, try some.
Hi, I'm Paul from EdibleHealingPaste.com, and I'm honored to be affiliated with MyNutra, makers of hemp paste. Hemp paste is a whole food product that still contains most, if not all, of the terpenes, phytonutrients, essential elements, and CBDs of the raw hemp plant. CBD oil manufacturing methods strip away living essential elements, leaving only one: a dead CBD oil. CBD oil alone simply cannot support the entourage effect that occurs when hemp paste's essential nutrients go to work to support your optimum health. Almost 200 terpenes and over 500 other phytonutrients work together with a synergistic effect that simply doesn't happen with CBD oil alone. Visit EdibleHealingPaste.com to learn more, and be sure to check out the impressive array of hemp paste enriched products while you're there. That's EdibleHealingPaste.com. EdibleHealingPaste.com. Free Range is pleased to present Modexis and the superfruit Lonicera cerulean. The cornerstone of Modexis products, Lonicera cerulean, is a superfood that supports life at the cellular level. Whether you're looking for a longevity product with added glutathione and ATP, something to help lift you through the day without having to resort to stimulants like caffeine or acidic energy drinks, or just seeking a natural solution to support stress management, Modexis also has a natural approach to pain management. Its Relieve product is unique in its ability to support the body's own pain management system. It's been said you'll notice a difference the very first day. The second day, you'll be loving the products, and the third day, we'll be telling friends about Modexis. Visit Modexis.GaleofGaia.com to learn more and to see what other people are saying about these quality products. That's Modexis.GaleofGaia.com. And we are back, as long as I can find where we are. Okay. You have to excuse me if you would, please, folks. This is only our second live stream, so, and there's lots of stuff that we're doing, and don't have any more contributions yet. But we're very hopeful that there will be. So, did you have a chance to get any word from Drake? Any response from him?
No, not yet.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe you can.
There is a question in the chat asking, would a GoFundMe page or something like that on Facebook work or somewhere else? I don't know.
Yeah, we were considering a GoFundMe, but time is really of the essence, and that is why we wanted to do this, just so we could get something on its way to her right away, because she's really disconnected from the world.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that she's got to occupy her time is a TV with, the controlling, brainwashing network.
I'm sure she doesn't even watch TV either. You know?
I'm sure it's.
Because she does all her work on the computer. I mean, that's
Yeah.
your lifeline for people who spend a lot of time on it, like us.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Deb. Patty was originally supposed to be here, but when Gail called her, she has IVs sticking out of each arm, and she's well drugged. Let's just say she's feeling no pain. Nor was she yesterday when we talked to her. So she unfortunately won't be able to join us today. We're trying to get a hold of Drake, see if we can get Drake in here. And we're trying to carry the program answer any of your questions. So if you've got questions, just pop them into the chat and we'll do our best till we get other people on here. As you can see, Gail is talking to somebody on the phone, probably Drake. And I don't know if his computer is running right now or if he'll have to boot it up. But he'll be joining us. So, Christine, what else do we have going on?
Well, I know that we are trying to get in touch with, hopefully, maybe Sherry Edwards also. It's not scheduled, but who does the sound frequencies and the nano voice, which is another potential, healthy remedy, so to speak. She has a lot of, I forget what she called, tone boxes that are on her website that can be helpful in different realms of health for, different frequencies for health treatment sessions. So it's a good website to look at. I can
By the
put
way,
that in the chat.
I just got a hold of Drake directly on the phone, and I'm sending him a link, and he will get on.
All right, so we'll be seeing you
Oh,
shortly.
wonderful.
Another thing...
And it helps if I have the right earplugs in.
yeah, well, that's okay.
So hang on a second here.
That's okay. You've got multiple computers in front of you, and you're doing stuff to support the show. So we're giving you a pass for not having the right
some
headphones.
slack.
Yeah,
I can share Sherry's website as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also Tom Palladino's website. Tom Palladino is
The
another
scalar.
scalarlight.com. Yeah, and that's SCALAR light.com. And
Yes.
Lori Lehue and Signal app and Telegram app will still work. Is that after the lion's share of the internet goes black? Those communication mediums will still function? I heard about Signal, but I hadn't heard about Telegram. I didn't know that Telegram was one of them that was going to be continuing to work.
May I add something in terms of the scalar light? We just sent an email out to all of our subscribers as well. So please check your email boxes for all the recent shows that were done in the past couple weeks. And mentioned in there is the fact that we have teamed up with Tom, and for Gail's subscribers, if she mentions Gail Gaia, when you go to scalarlight.com, you can get 30 days free trial, a one-time free trial of 30 days to see if you like it, so that you don't have to
Christine,
purchase.
someone has asked, and I'd appreciate it if you would put in my Telegram link as well. I post a lot of things in Telegram, and I have Drake coming in now, so we can welcome him.
Telegram.
Well, hello, Drake. Where are you? Hey,
There he is.
now he's connecting to audio. Oh, Drake, you are a handsome fella. We call you at the last minute, and you are ready to rock and roll. Looking good.
You think?
Yeah, looking good.
Yes, he reminds me of
yeah.
Smurf.
Hearing your computer sound. That's nice.
And I
Sorry.
mean that in a good way.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have to share computer sound, otherwise you guys can't
Now it's
hear the other stuff.
telling me that my internet connection is unstable again.
I resemble
But we
that
can hear you.
remark.
Yeah, we can hear you at
Got a
least.
straight line over here on one side.
Well, that's okay. And your video is a little jittery every now and then, but your audio is fine.
Oh, what about the picture?
Oh, the
They all
picture's fine.
stacked up on one side.
Looks good to me. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it looks good. As long as my video doesn't get crazy, because Gail had mentioned that I was like super pixelated, well, like on an earlier call that we had going on. I had to turn my video off and back on. I have no idea what that is all about.
I'll let you know if that happens again, but it's fine right now.
Cool. Okay. Groovy. Gotta love it. So, Drake, what's new and exciting?
What's going on?
What's new and exciting? Yeah.
Yeah, what's new and exciting?
You can always tell us something new and exciting.
Okay.
He's still fine-tuning his stuff. And remember that we're on YouTube, so we can't talk about anything censored.
Wait, Mexico's back. Let's see here. They haven't decided on property rights yet, but DACA has been stopped. And Judicial Watch is suing the Chicago mayor for discrimination.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we're beginning to get some, we're going places. I don't know where we're going exactly.
A lot of lawsuits going on, it seems.
Yeah, freedom
Finally.
of information in terms of Judicial Watch is extreme. Let's see, this would be Sunday the 15th.
Oh, that's good coffee. Oh. You gotta love a world that's got coffee in it. By the way, anybody that hasn't heard this before, if we've got any latecomers to the stream, if you contribute via PayPal to pgbiener@yahoo.com, that's pgbiener@yahoo.com, $50 or more, we will send you an invite link, and you can come right on the program with us and be here for the duration of the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? But so far, nobody's taken us up on it.
Yeah, so far nobody's taken us up on it, but I'm thinking maybe somebody might want to connect to us and say hi to Drake.
Give us a hard time.
Yeah, give us a hard time. Say hi to Drake or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that might be fun. Yeah, this is we're raising fundage to be able to equip Patty with a hospital
tablet,
suitable, either tablet or a netbook. We're not talking about a laptop computer or anything like that, but we're trying to get her set up with a netbook that is powerful enough for her to be able to continue doing.
I'm just fine. Mm-hmm.
That's powerful enough for her to be able to continue doing what she normally does. I'm sure that her meds are going to be wearing off.
Can Drake discuss the Flash?
What
are you talking about, the Flash?
Remember, you usually talk about, I think that's what they mean anyway.
The Flash. The flash of light, the transition 4D, the quantum wave.
I didn't hear the last part, Christine, for some reason. The flash of what?
The flash of light that some people might see when we transition from 3D to 4D, for example.
Okay, it's just like a flash bulb. A little brighter and a little more intense and different, a little bit different.
So we're gonna have those little flash bulbs like on the top of our head, like when you get an idea, that kind of thing.
Well, it could be that simple. It varies according to the person's capabilities and whatnot. And some people, I doubt some people have capabilities, namely our president, but his cabinet and administration seem to be around about the same, so I doubt they'll have any flashes. But I'm sure that some people will. There'll be a bunch of people won't. There'll be a bunch of people saying, "Ooh," and a bunch of people saying, "All right, show me. I don't believe it, and it didn't happen," and all that.
Yeah, he does seem to be a few watts short of a soft white now, doesn't he?
I would imagine he has to get daily instructions multiple times in order to figure out which way to wipe.
Well, I was thinking which way the bathroom is, but yeah, okay, you went pretty similar place, but as usual, Drake, it's your colorful comments that we just love to hear.
It's a picture I don't want to see.
Well, some of them you can smell coming, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, some of us.
But Drake, when you talked about the Flash and the transition, you did say in the roundtable that we had that some people may not even notice a difference.
That's true.
Can you discuss that?
Well, yeah,
Uh-oh.
your
Nope.
Belief in your capability to comprehend. When you think your comprehension is lacking or lower or whatever, then you might have a tendency to miss things that happen anyway, and that would be the case in this particular situation. Then again, with all of the stress and horse hockey going on, that may cover up it totally, just blanket it out. I should have changed shirts. Oh, well.
Was there anything happening with time this week? Any timelines converging or any of that
Unity.
kind of thing? No?
We missed some of that, Drake. Say that again.
I said time is its own entity, does its own thing, acts according to certain parameters that nobody seems to have access to. So there aren't any known rules that apply to it. It expands and it compresses and it goes sideways. That's when the fun. That's really fun. You think you're one place when you actually are another. And
Every once in a while you freeze up
and
there,
just for
Drake.
confusion. That's all it's for. Somebody out there that actually controls it don't want you to know. And so and after it went sideways a couple of times, I just said, okay, and I left it alone.
Mm-hmm. I'm just asking because this particular week that we just went through, there seems to be a lot of people complaining of, the quote unquote ascension symptoms, the ringing in the ears, the headaches, the stomach churning, or what have you. And I just found a lot of that on Facebook. And
Yeah, well, attribute sensations and whatnot to the ascension, as people call it, which is the wrong word. It's a transition.
okay.
Anyway,
Transition.
from 3 to 4, and there's going to be a whole bunch of people miss it because of what's been going on in our respective conditions as they are presently, all the fun and games. Then you got the other part of it where people think they have the capability of comprehending something when they don't. So you get just about every kind of fun and games with it you can think of.
I noticed that there's somebody's asking, and I don't know what was discussed at the end of your Blog Talk Radio yesterday or the day before yesterday. If it's permissible on this platform, or if you can say it in such a way that it won't get us taken down.
Or at least get us a strike. I've got a couple to go.
No, you got a strike or two to spare anyway, right?
Yeah, that's why we're doing this on my show.
Yes, because I would go down. But anyway, Drake, if you could address that in any capacity,
Address which?
what you covered at the very end of your Blog Talk Radio yesterday, if you recall.
Yeah, like the last 10 or 15 minutes of
Yeah.
of
Oh,
your
that
show.
was
Oh, now he's got to go get his notes.
act of nationalizing property rights, being Marxist. That's what the Marxists did. They nationalized things, everything. You didn't have any rights whatsoever. Violation of the immigration law just shows their contempt for the law, and the fact that they won't follow a law unless somebody beats them over the head with it. Now, there's been several, as I said, in certain circles, these incidents, these things that go on that don't make sense. That shouldn't have happened, but it did anyway. Well, that's the approval of the elite group I've been talking about. And these people are dangerous in every way you can think of. They don't want you to have, they want you to be, you love this. I'll just switch back a page. They're going to want you to be what the title of my show was, and that's fascist. And I defined it from Webster's dictionary rather nastily, but truthfully. A political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nation and often race above the individual, and that stands for a centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, severe economic and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of opposition. That describes a whole bunch of things. I went on and defined two others. One is autocrat, a person, think of it in terms of a monarch or a king, ruling with unlimited authority. Two, one who has undisputed influence or power. Okay. Then I get into despot. Despot was a ruler with absolute power and authority. Two, a person exercising power tyrannically. Now, the tyranny that we have is are the Facebook mobs or Twitter mobs, or whatever you want to call them. They seem to think that they have a moral obligation to ruin not only the country but the morality of this country, which they don't. And there's a lot of things. It's like what I mentioned about sovereignty. Each state is a sovereign and holds a nation-state authority within its borders. Now, I was part of the Nation States project, and I'm going to tell you that it's real. Each state is, of itself, sovereign, meaning that the federal government doesn't have squat to say to the state about how they run their business. Therefore, you have to understand that as a sovereign, you have rights similar to a king or whatever, above and beyond those of any elected authority. An elected authority is not a sovereign. So it gets fun real quick. I know a guy that made it all the way to the Supreme Court and got denied. And he asked him why, what was going on. And they said, well, the people that are in charge said no. And everything he did was valid. I helped him get there. And let me tell you, he had some argumentation on a factual basis and within the law, using several laws that should have gotten his case more than just heard, but actually acted upon, and nothing.
Well,
Those that are in power,
then all he's got to do is go to.
Said no.
Then all he's got to do is go to the website of warriorcalls.com, and he'll have the ability to walk into that courthouse and actually remove the.
That'd be nice. It'd be nice if they could, but they can't.
You show up with 1,000 constitutional sheriffs. You can do whatever you want.
It doesn't matter. Those don't matter. Neither does the law. Now you don't. Yeah. On my last show, I covered sanctioned. I got that all redlined, and the fact that all of the incidents, everything that's happened, of every kind, were. That's it.
Oops.
The elite group have
Wait a
gotten their
minute.
way.
Do that
for a
last
long
sentence
time.
again. Do that last sentence again.
Last sentence
You
again.
froze up.
You froze.
Well, all right. The elite group have gotten their way for a long time, and until they're removed from power, and they're on a list to be removed, they're going to continue. Things like 9/11, like the attack on USS Liberty, like you name it. And make any improvements for 20 years, spending tons of money for no good reason. What's the point?
Yeah.
Didn't we learn anything from Vietnam? Hello.
Okay, do the last two sentences again because you locked up. You hiccuped.
Were they cut off?
Yeah, you just hiccuped. Drake's having a little difficulty with his internet connection today. I'm looking at the health of my connection. It seems to be all right. Gail's is okay. Christine's is okay. Not that she's saying much, but she's not sharing video anyway, which is not adding to the bandwidth. So, Drake, you're just hiccuping a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just do the last couple of sentences you did again.
Well, it's very simple. The things that these people try to accomplish, they've been doing this for a long time. Okay, they are on the list to be removed by whatever force necessary. This elite group have gotten their way for a long time, and the thing about it is that these people don't abide by anything other than whatever it takes to get there, whatever it takes to support our their agenda and our ruination. And I don't like it very much. I wanted to go ahead and take them out, and they said no, we had to wait. So I'm under some constraints of my own.
What are we waiting for? Do you know?
I do believe it's something to do with the timeline. Somebody calling somebody.
It's somebody calling Gail. Might be somebody looking for the chat link to be able to get in here. Might be Dean. Showing up. Say hello. He'll probably come in via phone. He might come in via Zoom. Or he'll dial in. Whatever. So, yeah, I managed to listen to about the last half hour of your show on Blog Talk Radio, and it was interesting. It was interesting, the stuff that you shared, and it's much appreciated always. And I just can't believe that there isn't anybody in the chat that would like to connect to this live program and talk with you. We know that they wouldn't want to connect to talk to me. They might want to talk to Gail. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Gail, you're still muted. So.
They probably want to talk to Drake too. So I know.
Yeah.
If they know, but see, they didn't know that he was on here.
Right.
The thing about all of this is very simple. They are ignoring everything that's worth anything, whether it's laws or morals or what. Doesn't matter. And run along, full steam ahead. Get out of the way if you don't want to get run over, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a problem with that, and that problem is that they have a choice of either changing their mind or being executed. That's coming. They ain't gonna like it, but that ain't my problem.
Right.
Matter of fact, I might enjoy doing a couple of them myself. I know a couple.
Someone is asking, how do we connect?
Connect what?
How do you connect to the connecting to the Zoom meeting is easy. What we've got is we're here to help Patty out in her hour of need, and if you send a donation of $50 or more, then we will immediately send you the Zoom link, and you can join us in the join us for the program. For the duration of the program, I think we're going to run for at least another half hour or so, and then probably wrap up. That'll be a 2-hour long show. So that
but it's pretty simple, really. You're buying freedom with this,
right?
For an individual that needs it.
Yeah. Say what's going on is Patty is in the hospital. It's looking like she's going to be there for at least a couple of weeks. She's going to have recovery after she gets out of the hospital, and we're trying to set her up with a computing device that she can use, like a netbook or a tablet or something like that, so she can continue to be active, like from bed. So because she has a big monitor on her computer, and it's not like she can move that to the bedroom. There's no room for it. So, and she wouldn't be able to do it herself anyway. So we're trying to get her either a tablet with a decent amount of memory or a netbook with a decent amount of memory. And we'll be getting the best deal that we can on them. Factory reconditioned, guaranteed refurb, either tablet or netbook, whatever we can afford with what contributions come in. So that's what we're doing here today. Anybody that wants to come onto the program and talk to any of us, either of us or none of us, whatever, $50 contribution or more. And okay, Android 10.0 tablet, 10-inch. Amazon just sent me spam advertising a 10-inch tablet, Android. You don't think they're not listening to what we're talking about? Absolutely.
Is this thing posted on Facebook on our page?
Yeah, it should be in all of the Facebook groups. It's on my Facebook page. It should be on Gail's Facebook page. I believe it was posted in Cosmic Voice as well.
Okay.
And we set up the notifications. So we set up the all the YouTube subscribers to both Gail's channel and my channel should have gotten notifications that this show was going to be live. And right now it looks like we have how many watching? It looks like 26 watching now. Let me refresh that page. Yep.
What,
26.
GoFundMe?
Yeah, well, we were thinking about doing a GoFundMe, but the GoFundMe, it takes time, and we were just hoping to be able to get the thing rolling and be able to actually order something and ship it today. So GoFundMe's typically take time.
See, like even if there was a few people that would send $10 or $15, it wouldn't, it adds up. But anyway, somebody is asking what Patty's last name is, and it's Brassard.
Yeah, Brassard.
And yes, I have had Patty on the show not long ago. And she was on our group show.
She was on our roundtable, our last roundtable event.
Thank you. A group show. Well, you know what I mean.
It's a group show. It could be called a roundtable, or it could be called a group show. It's all linguistically correct. Not a problem. So, Drake, what was your takeaway from the roundtable show?
What was my take? It was very successful in getting the information out, and I told everybody to go listen to it.
Yeah, we talked about some amazing stuff.
Voice, no reason not to.
Yeah, we talked about some amazing stuff, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's out there for everyone to see. You can see it on my YouTube channel, or if you go to video.gvrn.net, you can see it on my Odyssey channel. If you go to video.gailofgaia.com, you can see it on Gail's Odyssey channel. So,
and once again, we have moved to Odyssey because we can speak more freely than we are able to on the YouTube platform as well as the Facebook platform. They just don't let us speak freely. And this is America, and we're supposed to have freedom of speech.
Supposed to have. Well, we would have done this live stream on Odyssey, but the last time we tried to do a live stream on Odyssey, it got busted up into like 5 pieces and people kept getting disconnected. So obviously they still got some bugs to work out of the live stream thing on Odyssey, but YouTube apparently works, and as long as we don't talk about anything illegal, immoral, or fattening, we're all good.
Okay.
Were you raising your hand, Drake, or were you just stretching?
I'm just thinking about whether it smells like my wife's cooking something. I think I'm going to leave and go eat.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys, and I hope everybody comes out smelling like they're supposed to. Goodbye.
Okay, enjoy your meal, and thank you for coming on such short notice, Drake. We appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
All right, enjoy your dinner. Oh, I missed him. Oh well. We're going to run. We're going to run for about another 20 minutes or so, and then I think we're going to wrap up at the 2-hour mark. We can do that.
I just noticed in the chat that Cheryl has said that she sent you 2 emails. So have you checked your email recently?
Cheryl.
Paul.
2 emails. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cheryl. All right. So, okay. Send her an invite. So let me, Gail, if you can keep everybody occupied, and
Can you just send her a reply or with the link?
It sent it to. I would have to.
Oh well, I can just do it again if you want.
Yeah, send it to Cheryl. She didn't put in her email address on this one. Let's see if she put it in.
I got it. Don't worry about it. I know Cheryl.
Because I only get the notification that.
I sent it to her already.
Oh, we've got a couple of them.
We are quick.
Yeah, we are quick. Okay, we got 2 of them, and neither one of them sent me their email address. So let me log into PayPal. And
I already have Cheryl's email address, and I've already sent her the link.
Yeah, but we got one more. We got 2 people to add in here.
Whoop whoop. Okay.
Yeah. So we've got log in. Give us just a second here, and we'll have you guys have the invitations sent out.
I already sent it to Cheryl, but I don't know who the other one is, so I can't do anything.
Okay. So we have.
That's on your. I could send you an email, and you could forward the email to Cheryl.
Beverly.
I'm admitting.
Beverly, could you send me an email directly? Send me an email to pgbeener@yahoo.com.
You're talking about me?
No, Beverly. Beverly, the second donator. Beverly, send me an email.
Email address. I already sent her the link.
There we go. There's Cheryl. Mute your live stream or pause the live stream.
Yeah. All right.
So
hey guys. Hey Gail. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Right.
We can hear you.
You've got the live stream playing. You have to pause the live stream.
The sound, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sit down.
Yeah, that's where the echo's coming from.
I don't know who the other one is, so I can't do anything.
Okay.
I'm tech challenged.
So we have.
It says my video's on.
That's on your.
Just pause the live stream. Go to the YouTube page and pause the live stream.
Okay, got it.
Forward the email to Cheryl is.
Beverly, could you send me an email directly? send me an email to pgbeater@yahoo.com.
Activity.
Talking about me?
No, Beverly. Beverly.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go. Thank you.
Golly. Oh, that's too funny.
Okay, here we go.
You look lovely, Cheryl.
Well, thank you. I quickly put on some lipstick and eyeliner and fixed my hair. I was sitting around, in the funky shirt, right, on a Sunday, and I was out walking the little dog. But I got to see Del Bigtree live yesterday in Florida, and it was.
Oh, wow.
But he was in and out so fast. But yeah, I think a lot of these groups going around the country, Scott McKay, Jeffrey Prather. Well, I don't think he's traveling too much, but Jeffrey Prather's forming teams. People are forming teams to learn constitutional law. So all of that is fantastic. Because Trump did say, whatever you think about him, he said, I'm going to give you your country back. Well, in other words, we've got to get in there, join hands with other people locally if we can do that. So I'm trying some of that. I'm with, some freedom keepers and things like that. Because, some of us, like you say, you guys have been censored. They'll take you off YouTube. I've done a few little videos. I don't have a big following, but when I did some info on the Suez situation, and I didn't even touch on those words that we all kind of know.
Mm-hmm.
They took my video down on the 14th, but anyway, yeah. So it's and even Dell and everybody. Oh, by the way, Frank's speech. If your audience hasn't gone there, Mike Lindell, my pillow guy, Frank's speech had a whole IT team, a new investigation and discovery of, how this whole situation went with the voting. And
Careful, Werther. Yeah.
and you've heard of Dr. It's not Buttar, he's great. Dr. Shiva.
Yes.
Found the handbook, right?
Mm-hmm.
The handbook of how big tech will, how their play thing works to
right. There's also a video out just recently. I listened to it this morning. There's a I don't recall the name of it right off the top of my head, but there's a Google whistleblower out there named Zach Voorhees or something like that.
Voorhees?
And
yeah.
Yeah, and he is exposing what was going on in the company that he thought was inappropriate entirely. And,
and when you mix big globalist tech with government, there's a word for that. Do we know what that word is? I wish I had a marker. I'd write it down and hold it up. It's fascism. I mean, right? We already spoke about it.
Yeah.
Because we need the many voices of the people.
Isn't it pathetic that in the United States of America, American people who are supposed to have freedom of speech are having themselves censored left and right? I'm sorry, but I will discern on my own. I don't need big tech or anyone else telling me what I can or cannot say, or having to use some kind of code words in order to be able to inform people about what's really going on. I find that very disturbing.
It's yeah. Go on.
People need to stand up. They need to say no more.
Yeah.
And they're doing it all over in Europe, but it seems like it's lagging here in the United States. But I don't know if that's because we're just not seeing it.
Some of that is, there was a group I heard, they went down to, they're going down in groups. They went down to, I believe, the Capitol in Florida, and, their mothers and things like that, their children have been hurt by the, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
That's motivated them. You know, it's a shame but at least people are gathering together. I mean, I grew up in California, but I had actual high school teachers that said, who would like to go out and join the protest against the Vietnam War? Now, this is not against the soldiers. This is against the powers that be causing these wars. So I don't know. I've been on the streets. I went to D.C., but that was a long time ago.
If I could jump in here for just a second. Susan from Wisconsin, thank you so much.
Awesome.
And we have Bev coming in. If you can see, is she connected yet? Because I don't know if the link I sent
I haven't seen her
works.
admit. I mean, I'll admit her as soon as she, hits the link.
All right.
Much love to Patty. Maybe she'll get to see this live stream on her new device. And
yes.
Much love to her. Yeah. And that she gets through that really.
Beverly, if you're having trouble, send me another email. Let me know if it's working or not. And then we'll figure it out. Make sure that you get in here.
By the way, the news from Mexico. So I went to Tijuana, Mexico to work on my dental because I grew up in California and we went to Tijuana for our dental all the time. So I found a biomedical dentist to do zirconium implants. I had a lot of mercury in my mouth and I had to have that removed a long time ago. And now as I'm older, I had the metal crowns deteriorate and they're partying in Mexico, okay? I didn't go out at night, okay? But I was in a nice hotel. I found a good dentist, and the prices are about 1/4 of what they would cost here in America. Just saying.
Yeah. I know. I've heard people say, oh, you don't go to Mexico, you might not come back, or some other negative things, which are totally untrue and have been perpetrated by probably the American Medical Association and people like that because they don't want the competition. But Paul, I have a message that Bev already sent the link to you, or you're supposed to send the link to her so she can come on.
Yeah, check your email, Bev. I replied to your message. Look for a reply from pgbeener@yahoo.com.
Okay.
And I'm not watching the chat. Is that where she mentioned it? Let me see.
I got it in the chat and in the
okay.
Our chat and their chat.
Yeah.
And the live chat. Let me put it that way. Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, she has a Yahoo mail address. It starts with Bev and then a number. And
okay, but she has to open it up and click on the link.
Yeah, open up the email and click on the it didn't you're going to have to copy where it says join Zoom meeting, copy the link uso2web.zoom.us, copy that and paste that into your browser and just go there. Or you can use one of the phone numbers and you can dial in by phone. Either way. So, all right, we'll see if we can get her in here. And
I would like to address in the meantime, while she's coming on or getting ready, is self-censoring is not standing up for our rights. We should all be part of the class action. I'll tell you right now, I am part of the class action. And the only reason I self-censor is because if you don't, they will take your channel down.
yeah,
I already have 2 strikes on YouTube. I'm already spending 30 days in Facebook jail. So if you don't self-censor, you'll go down. And
Right.
then you don't get anywhere because you can't tell anybody anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you have to watch the keywords. So I hand out these flyers. Let's see. So I hand these out. It's backwards. Gosh.
No, I see it.
It's backwards for you, but we can see
It's
it.
okay for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I keep a whole pack of these in my purse, and I hand these out. I know it's not that big of a thing, but
You
I
don't
also
have GailofGaia.com on there.
I know I need to have everybody. I need to put Del Bigtree on there now too, but I do have JFK Jr. I need to redesign. I get it, but you know what? People stop me, and I carry the little, I carry this little. Where is she? Oh, the little elf in my purse. So she fits in my purse, right? So I get the little Elvin dog. She fits in one pocket of my purse, and everybody stops me, and then I have like, especially people with masks on. So then I have this reason, because everybody talks to me. I'm like, oh, here, you can have one of these. They're free.
Oh.
Take them home, take them home and go to those websites. I'm like doing everything I can.
Beverly is coming in. I just admitted her.
Got her.
And then I, love this too.
Hi, Beverly.
Hi, Beverly.
She's connecting to audio right now. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Glad to have you.
Nice to meet you.
Good. Yeah.
Are there
If you're playing the stream, just pause that on YouTube. Just otherwise, we'll get some echoes and
feedback?
You'll hear everything that you said 30 seconds later, and it messes with your brain.
I didn't know that either. I had to walk somebody through on the phone to order and try to figure out their phone. Us in technology, and I'm like, he's on an Android, and I've got an old iPhone, and I'm this tech stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
but-
it can make you crazy, can't it?
sort of. You don't know.
Yeah, it can make you nuts. So, how are you, Beverly? Welcome.
Doing great. Yeah, I'm having a very good day.
You're having a very
Awesome.
good day.
Yeah.
What have you thought of the show so far? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bore anybody.
I didn't catch it from the beginning. I just saw where you had a show, and then I realized that you were doing it live, so I decided to join you.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining, and we also appreciate you helping out. We're gonna hopefully be able to get Patty set up with something tonight or tomorrow. I'll probably let the replay play for the rest of the day, and then I'll just go hunting for something for her. But also, any funds that are sent in that are over and above what's necessary to send her a device, computing device to use, is that is going to be sent directly to Patty's PayPal account, because she's also going to have some recuperation and recovery expenses. She's not going to be able to go to the store. She's not going to be able to do this, that, and the other thing.
She has to have everything delivered. I spoke to her already before, so she has to have her groceries delivered and everything.
Yeah.
Good
So
news is, the good news is, one good thing from COVID, like they're delivering everything. if you
Yeah.
need it, right? God, I mean, but I don't think it's worth the trade-off. I'm looking for freedom. Yeah,
Yes,
so-
very
Right.
important.
Well, I got ill, as it were, a number of months ago. I think it's 6 months ago now, and where I believe that came from was a contaminated package that I had received. It was delayed like 8 days. I was tracking it. It just fell off of tracking. There was no update, nothing on the tracking, like midway from there to here. And then it showed up 8 days late. I opened it. 3 days later, I was deathly ill. And then after I had, I dealt with that for a few weeks. And then I just got to thinking, after I was like up and around again, I got to thinking, I went looking at that package, and yeah, it showed signs of being tampered with. So I think that was intentional. And
Wow.
I think I was targeted. But
Where was that from, Paul?
it came from one of the major online retailers, and
wow.
because the package was tampered with, I'm not blaming the retailer, but it was intercepted between their dock and my door. And by who, I have no idea. Beverly, you're real.
Did you cover your camera or what? Something happened there.
I have stepped away.
Oh, there she. Are you back yet? Nope.
No, not quite, not yet. So anyway, just reiterating, Patty's going to have a number of expenses coming out of this and on her road to recovery. So any excess funds that are received will go directly to her. So.
Patty Brizard. So somebody that might be watching the replay, they can they can get your link under more.
Yep.
And the instructions for, for Patty, that kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah. That's good.
We're gonna
Paul is
spray.
collecting on Patty's behalf.
Yeah, we're gonna spray this. We're gonna spray this program to every platform that we can think of. So it's going to be getting views for at least a couple of weeks. And
that's great.
Just as long as people know that there is still a need, even after the end of the program, there will still be a need going forward. So
yeah. Well, I'd like to boost my channel up a little, but I'm not a social media maven, so I'm starting to make more videos, a little more spiritual stuff, which fascinate me. So I'm staying away, sort of. I mean, I'm touching on a couple of the things that I think most people know, but I'm talking about 5D and, ascension and things that happen as you ascend and some of the superpowers you get. Because I got hit with a rock in my forehead and went out of my body at 10 years old. And I think I hovered over my body. I basically had died. And I saw my friends on the ground and I was hovering above my body and I saw the blood and my eyes, the blood. And then next thing I know, my mother, I came out of it and my mother came from work. And so, maybe that's why, because I have I have telepathy. I have this sense of smell. Like when my grandfather died, jasmine filled my home. And that was his favorite flower. I have heightened, I was eating a piece of salmon, or actually, a piece of salmon, okay? I could taste where that fish had been. I could taste what the stream tasted like. I could taste the plants in the stream. I could taste and feel the energetics of that salmon.
As near as I can figure, I'm thinking that when people do have an NDE, that once they leave their body, they're endowed with all of the superpowers and all of the intuition and tricks of not meaning tricks, but they're endowed with all of the things that they would have, and when they come back, they somehow retain a few of those things. So they usually come back more intuitive than they were when they left.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We have more than 5 senses. And that's what WHO doesn't want you to know. We have that, but they kind of beat it out of us. So I do mystic dreaming, and I've met famous and very powerful medicine men like Rolling Thunder. You can look him up. Sun Bear. I met them in astral. Roberta Blackgoat, Chief Jake Swamp. I even met President Trump in astral 3 times. It's amazing what happens. And, the whole thing about getting quiet, and turning off the TV for a while, and remembering your dreams. But when you know, and it is amazing. We have a lot of senses. Of course, if I was full on ascended, I probably wouldn't be sitting here in a physical body. But, I have work to do. So, Dell, everybody at that meetup where Dell did a talk, talked about God and God touching their life and God directing them, or you could call it creator or whatever. There is this power, this God power that, that directs us. And this comes through the heart. And Dale he was working on, I don't know if you know his background, but he was working on the Phil, what was that psych show, the psychology show.
Oh, Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil. He worked there first. Then he got an invitation to go work at on the doctors. And then it hit him like there was a representative that kept getting on there talking about, I think, big pharma and stuff. And Dale just thought, I cannot do this. And he just went a total different direction. And a lot of people are getting that call. It's kind of like, even Chris Ann Hall, she was told she was working as a prosecutor for the state of Florida. And she was told by some representative there that she could not teach constitutional law on her own time, on her own free time. And she just said, okay, I'm out. So she tells that story a little bit. But that's it, where people, I'm not telling anybody.
Bravo.
I'm not telling people to quit their jobs. It's just, we got to listen to our hearts and go for our calling and do what we know is right in our hearts. And we'll be shown how to go forward. I know, Gail, you've jumped into this, and it's great as somebody getting information out to people, and we love you. I've followed you a long time, Gail. So, and all my friends love you. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Bev, do you have any questions that you would like to ask anyone here? Anything you're curious about?
I'm happy just taking it all in. I don't have any questions right now. Thank you.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure that if you were...
or if you have anything that you want to add, or any comments or anything like that, we're welcome to that as well. You don't have to ask a question, but if you want to say, this bothers me, or this is what I heard, and yada, yada, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I like making tinctures.
Oh.
So I learned about the different things that you can make a tincture to kill the spike protein, like fennel seed and star anise and pine needle tea. Mm-hmm. So I've been stocking up on those things right now. I'm not using them. I just have them in case I do need them, or if anybody that I know needs them.
Well, that's
I just
interesting.
like to be prepared.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That is. That's awesome.
Beverly, hey,
Yes.
Just repeat that recipe online. Listen, I pull a long leaf pine needle.
Uh-huh.
I'm into all of that too.
Okay.
And so give us a recipe. Just can you?
Okay. Well, you can buy fennel seed, which is used as a seasoning. You see it in sausage quite a bit. So you get some fennel seed and some alcohol. You can use vodka or anything that's got a high alcohol content, and put it in a bottle and leave it for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And the alcohol extracts the tincture. And then you are able to just use it as needed.
Yeah, use vodka.
And so,
Hey, Bev.
yes.
Because then you can drink it.
So wait a minute. Since I do all that stuff too,
Mhm.
let me ask you. So do you do just you do the fennel alone? I make pine needle tea, so I pour boiling water into a glass bowl with the long needle pines and let them steep overnight, and then I drink it. Actually tastes fantastic. But do you, so I'm anise, anise seed. I also use Chinese 5-star
Yes,
anise
it's called star anise. Mm-hmm.
Star anise. Is that the one you're using? Okay. And so do you do them separate then?
I do
So you
singles.
do
Yes, I don't combine them. I do singles.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I know. And so, you can do it with, I think it's better to use a clear, like a vodka that's clear. I wouldn't, I don't know if you could use whiskey. I wouldn't do it. But I actually buy it's a vodka from Poland, and it's 100% potato vodka. So it's not a grain-based vodka. So it doesn't have any GMO in it. And then if I'm going to make a tincture, I do that. I love it, Bev. Fantastic. You're working in the kitchen with the herbs, the actual natural, real medicine.
Yeah.
Fennel seed is the one that tastes kind of like licorice, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delicious.
Yeah, it tastes like licorice.
Get this. So I've eaten pure gum spirits of turpentine
I've heard that.
with honey. Okay, just a tiny bit. Now go watch Dr. Jennifer Daniels. I'm not gonna. You don't drink it like drink a bunch, but you mix like a little bit, like a teaspoon with about 5 to 10 tablespoons. There you go. And that's an old folk medicine. Okay. And so you mix that with I do it with honey. I like 5 to 6 tablespoons of honey. And then I just started with a quarter teaspoon. And, I did a parasite cleanse with that a long time ago. It also got rid of candida. I've also heard people on YouTube, you can, search it for Lyme disease and pure gum spirits of turpentine. And, that's a really fantastic thing. Don't go slow, don't take a bunch of it. But it did knock out a candida problem I had and a parasite problem I had. And, I keep that around the house. I actually gave it to my little dog too. Just a dot on my pinky finger.
Now, I do have to say that the statements that are being made on this program have not been evaluated by the FDA, and that this program is not intended or designed to treat, diagnose, prevent, or cure any disease. As always, check with your local healthcare practitioner before making any medical choices based on information presented here. This program is for entertainment purposes only. FDA. Okay.
Exactly. I second that, Paul. They have been a thorn in my side for my entire life because I worked in the field of nutrition, and you can't say anything. And
Right.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah, we're entertaining ourselves here.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're entertaining ourselves. Anybody that happens to be listening, we just love the fact that you're hanging out with us.
Yeah, I'm not giving any advice. I'm just saying what I did. And,
There
I
you
love
go.
that you're over there working with herbs, Beverly. I love what you know, Gail. I love that we're looking into things. And that's what we should be doing. It's fantastic. It's so
Yes.
much fun.
And we need to grab the hand of others to get them to do the same thing in as kind and as loving way as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Because people need to know.
Yeah.
I guess we can't convert everybody, but so many need to know that there's another and better way.
Yeah.
And it's
Actually-
exactly the kinds of things that you and Beverly are doing, as well as I do some of that too. But
Yeah, we should have a roundtable show with herbalists on it.
yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
Yeah, we'll try and set something up for that. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. And
Far out. So glad you guys
Yeah.
came on.
There's good Green Med info. I love that. And they
Oh yeah, they are great. They
I
are
get
great.
your email. I mean, people can go and find those links. Natural news. There are a lot of links, so you can get the emails, and that way you're not, you can stay up to date with a lot of things.
mhm.
Yeah. So just for people, looking for that information in particular and read those articles. And there's a wealth of info, and sign up for the emails, sign up for Dale's emails, sign up for everybody's, stay in touch that way as Google and these different platforms try to, Facebook censors us,
No, Facebook would never do that.
They have a lot of my posts now grayed over. The fact checkers,
Yeah.
like, okay, they haven't kicked me off yet again, so I'm trying to be a little careful.
Yeah, Zuck is a heck of a guy, though. He would never do that.
He's the poster child. He's not the brains. We know what the brains is. The brains.
Yeah.
The three letters are the brain,
Yeah.
right? And then a bunch of others. But I don't think they're going to stay much longer. And I heard Drake. I was walking a little dog, Minnie, and it's going to take a military butt kicking to get rid of the ding dongs. And I'm like, we're all so ready. It's like, go get them.
Yeah.
Yes, many of us are.
Yeah.
I just popped a quick note into the chat feed there. We are here to raise funds to set Patty Broussard, one of our own, up with either a netbook or a tablet. Just depends on how much money we're able to raise, and overnight it to her at the hospital because she's laid up for a couple of weeks. And okay, and all right, Emily, I got you. You're all right. Actually, I don't get that many contributions to PayPal. It's usually just money going out. So if I get any PayPal contributions for the next week, they're all going to go to Patty. Unless I know for a fact that it's somebody that specifically was sending it to me. So it just makes it easier if you say for Patty in the message, but it's not entirely necessary. I would appreciate it if you would. So anyway, yeah. Okay, we've got another one, and thank you, Emily. Got it. Thank you so much for helping us out. That is much appreciated. Okay, now I'm going to shut up and let you guys go back to it because what you're saying is a whole lot more interesting than what I was saying.
Well, I don't know how much longer we're going to continue, Paul, but I'm going to have to bed out here pretty soon.
I'm thinking. Can you do another 16 minutes? We'll take it to the bottom of the hour. I just wanted to make sure that we had enough show to justify Beverly being here and Cheryl because they joined the show so late. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was.
No, that's all right. Most of the delay was us trying to figure out how to send you the link to Zoom. I should have been on that better. I had the idea, but I didn't have the execution laid out. So, anyways, fennel seed. I ordered. I think 5 pounds of fennel seed. I was wondering what I was going to use it for. And I also got some fennel oil, too. And you know what? If you put that stuff on your skin full strength, it burns. It burns.
I also have, just out of interest, too, I have a box pine needle homeopathic remedy, which is another approach.
I got some black spruce oil around here somewhere. I don't know
the frequency and so on.
Right. Yeah, because, there's a book called, it's an old book. It's called Culpeper's Encyclopedia of Herbals. I think it's something like that. It was done in the 1800s. So it tells you how the herbs are connected to the different planetary, like the Earth or Mars or Venus and all of those things. Isn't that interesting? Because everything is frequency. And then you go back and you look at homeopathics and you see that they have put in whatever, a molecule of whatever thing that is. Like I use arnica montana, and that's an herb, and that's a homeopathic sugar pill. And that's a frequency. And that's why those frequency machines are interesting too, is because they get on certain frequencies.
That's why we had Sherry Edwards on one time, and we'll be having her on again because she's all about frequency.
Yeah.
And she's healed, a number of things using frequency. We also do a scalar light with Tom Palladino because people have had good results with that as well. We also have a number of different products that if people aren't into making them themselves, we have some very good products out there, and I carry things that I think are very helpful to people, and it does help support free range as well.
Yeah,
Right.
we did those about the 1 hour mark in the program. So
Yeah. Right. Well, and they, I ran into a guy with a radionics machine, and he was one of the world's most well-known biodynamic farmers. Gosh, and of course I won't remember his name. I need a lift. Anyway, yeah. So that is, there are so many things to discover on the beautiful side of this earth, and what is going on here, and the healing modalities. It's good to know what the icky stuff is, and that we want to get rid of it, because this place was never designed to be this suppressed and creeped out. But the bad is going away.
Yes, it is. And you know what? Mother Earth has provided everything we need, and it's been here all along until it was excerpted by Big Pharma and regulated by the FDA, and all were connected in terms of keeping it from the people.
Yeah, and people need to get empowered. That's the thing too, is they need to understand that my people suffer for a lack of knowledge. And actually, I kind of studied some religions, and I studied the Aramaic language of the Bible with a man called Dr. Rocco Errico. And actually, meek means willing to learn. It doesn't mean laying down and being walked on like a doormat. It means willing to learn. That's what the meek shall inherit the earth. The people willing to learn are going to thrive. And I mean, it's fun. It's fun to learn.
That's awesome, Cheryl. That's awesome. That's a good piece of information there.
It's really interesting, Dr. Errico Rocco, and he's got some, he's learning from, he took on the legacy of Dr. George Lomsa, who studied the biblical, because kings came in and they edited the Bible and they took pieces out.
And they left whole books out too, from what I understand.
Yeah, there's still a lot of beauty there. I don't want any Christians getting mad, but there's still a lot of beauty and truth. It's timeless. But there's a lot that got left out. So, I've been on a mission, even like since I was a child, to find out about the Bible and these different religions. And so it's a study I've looked at, and then I test it. And what's interesting is I'll have an experience, and then the Bible, a verse, Proverbs or something, will confirm the experience I had. So it's kind of a, but everything, I think most of us that have a good heart, we have this written in our hearts. But sometimes it's good to have a book that confirms it. It's good to have friends that confirm it. Yeah.
Because we weren't really taught it or the truth of it all from childhood onward. So it is written in our heart.
Yeah.
We just got to be able to tune into our heart.
Yeah, that's why people are standing up. They're doing, what they feel called, in their heart, what their conscience, and it's like, yeah.
And it's so important for Americans to unite right now.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, just by us uniting, it's uniting across the entire planet that way. And they're looking to us in so many ways, and it's so important for us to unite, stand up for our rights, our God-given rights.
I agree. And doing it with, here's the thing, doing it with community is the way to go.
Yes.
I don't want to go, I'm not going to go down to some, I can't do all of this by myself.
Nobody can.
Yeah. That's why we all need each other. It's just like that letter, 17, that said, together we're stronger. You know, totally true. That was a great launch, a great way to pull all of us independent researchers together. I just admire that group, that 17 group. And, you know, I was out there all by myself, you know, kind of a couple girlfriends were doing research, right? And when 17 came in, it was a pretty cool thing. To put us all together, the way all that happened, it was a relief. I felt like the reinforcements have come. Thank God.
Really?
Thank God. But, you know, I mean, I think that our dreams and our wants and our desires are answered. Just like the
We just want the truth.
We want the truth. We want good things too. We want good things for our children. You know, I met Lori, and then somehow we connected, you and I did, even though I've been watching your show for a long time. But I was wishing for a girlfriend right here near locally I could talk to about anything. And she's like the sister I've never had. And, you know, I've tried to make friends with some of the people around here. And if they're not on the same page, all I could do is hand them one of those yellow things and say, have a nice day. You know?
I know exactly how you feel, because I don't have any, of course, I don't know, my relatives aren't as awake as I might like them to be, at least at last I checked in. But anyway, it's important to have people near you, if possible, that are on the same page as you are.
Right. Yeah. And I joined the Prather Team America locally here too, because, you know, at least there's some people, because I made a move and I don't know hardly anybody here, and certainly nobody I could call and say, oh my gosh, you know, I mean, I have coverage on my car, but you know, if you got in a situation, you need somebody around. It's just like Patty. It's like she needs somebody around her.
Yeah, she's kind of isolated. I'm actually kind of isolated where I am too. Fortunately, I'm pretty healthy, so I like to keep it that way. And I do use a number of things to help that along. And
yeah, we all need to join up and get on the same page. And I do think it's happening. And I think people are, you know, that's it. We're going to go our own way. They're seeing how ridiculous, you know,
we're getting there little by little. And I think some of us that have been on the road for quite a while now are really anxious to see it move forward even faster.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, we've been at this since like 2010.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, you know, even after, you know, what I'm talking about, 911. I just thought I'd give you one more shot at that.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Pause the video and make note of those links, or we might.
If you can send me a copy of that when we put it up, we can put that in the description. I think that might be possible.
If you feel like it, if you want to, if you think it's helpful, I can. I've got it. Yeah,
well, we can.
I had a magazine. You know, I had a whole magazine, actual print magazine. I was everything. I was the editor. I was the, you know, Photoshop person. I was the everything. I wrote everything.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. And after two quarterlies, I just went, you know what? I'm breaking even. This is not. So everything went digital.
Isn't it funny that that's the sad part, and the truthful part is many of the truthers out there are the ones that are scraping by.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, our day is coming though, and digital is a good way to go. It's just a matter of platforms, and you know, there's a lot of them being built. There's 107 Daily, which I haven't tried to get on again, and there's Frank Speech. Well,
yeah, 107 Daily. What happened to that? It's gone.
They're working on it. That's, you know, that's a big deal to make a platform where everybody can add videos and all.
Well, they have Getter now, and they have Gab again. And what else? Do you know of any other ones? Any newer ones?
There's Anana, and there's
Anon.com or Anon something.
Yeah. and there's and that's kind of like a Twitter kind of thing, I think.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it's a way of spreading people out too. It's unfortunate because the vast majority of people are on Facebook, for example, or they're on YouTube, and they're reluctant. People are reluctant to change and move to different platforms. But
yeah, I know it. And there's Rumble. I mean, I'm on some of those. I need to get on Odyssey, but I'm not, you know, a lot of people get on Instagram and do Instagram.
yeah, I'm not even used to. I'm on there, but I'm not accustomed to it yet either. And I know some people aren't accustomed to Odyssey yet. But I'll tell you something about Odyssey that I really appreciate, and that is they will mirror everything that you have on YouTube for you, so you don't have to import every single video individually. So that's big, big for me.
Yeah, but can YouTube take that off though? Like if they don't like that video, can YouTube just?
Well, they've eliminated some of my videos, and I had Vimeo take my entire account down, and I had LinkedIn do the same thing to me. And it's just unbelievable what some of these platforms have been doing.
I think they're going to get.
And I'm in Facebook jail almost every other. You know, it's like I can't say anything, and I got to be extremely careful about what I post because there's no more 1 or 2 days. It's 30 days every time. 30 days.
Yeah.
30 days. And oh my God.
I stayed on Facebook because I figured that's more, you know, instead of preaching to the choir, there's more sleepy people there that might see the post. But
well, it's also been very difficult for my platform, my YouTube videos, or to try to sell my products or anything like that, because if they put you in Facebook jail, you can't post anything there, and a lot of your followers you can lose them in the meantime, and so they don't see, you know, they're not reminded about, you know, the products that, I mean, you don't get a whole lot on these products or anything, but it helps. Every little bit helps. You know?
Right. Yeah. I think they've got me shadowed. Like I'm like, seeing my
I'm
post.
shadow banned. I know I am. Yeah.
So
it happens to anybody that's putting a lot of truth out. That's just what they do.
I don't know what, you know, I mean, I can't take a lawsuit out on them because I'm losing money. Neither can you. And
no, I don't have the resources for that kind of thing. People would be amazed at how I scrape by every month.
Yeah, well, something needs to be done, and we need help. And you know, I hope this gets corrected. And you know, there's laws that are on the books about certain types of behavior that things are going to be seized. So I hope that happens soon.
We're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting. It needs to happen soon. People are losing hope.
Yesterday.
And that's not a good thing.
Needs to happen yesterday.
Yes.
Well, I think it's a real tangled mess. I do know a person, and he was on, you can probably find him if I can remember his name. Ken, oh gosh, I'd have to go look at on Facebook. He was a civil engineer, and he did 10 years of looking into how MERS works, the mortgage registry.
Oh, they have, you know what, it doesn't matter what area, whether it's education, whether it's banking, whether it's healthcare, whether it's legal, they have been committing fraud against the people forever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that, what was it they're talking about? Project Odin? What do you think about that? You know, I've seen like a lot of satellites. Let me tell you, it was like I got a visitation. I kid you not. I'm not saying aliens. I'm saying satellites all above me one night. It was like a religious experience. And I took some footage, and maybe that was Odin or Starlink. I'm telling you, I've seen, and when I go places, like when I went out of the country, there was a satellite that kept up with me. Are we talking Space Force? I don't know.
Don't know.
I know that there's some satellites out there that spy on you, and they kind of have dangly looking.
Well, when I did a camera on it. Looks like lights. Okay, so I did the camera and I zoomed up, and it looked like kind of a silver, like a probably big silver ball in a way, and it seemed like it had frequencies that was coming off of it.
I've seen something like that too, and then it kind of spins around, or I can't explain it. It was very weird.
Yeah, I think they're around, and then there was another. As I moved the phone over, there was like a small little one that was like near it, like its moon or something. It didn't feel, I kept going, what is that? What is that? It's benevolent. Let me put it that way. But look, I've never met an alien, unless it's an illegal alien. A person, walking around. So I'm not pushing that. Don't get me wrong. I just thought I'd bring that up. That's just so interesting. I think I have it on the phone, but the footage isn't all that good.
Well, I've seen those, and they're like a spinning, multicolored Merkaba up in the sky, kind of.
Wow. I haven't seen it with colors like that.
They twinkle.
Some people just mentioned that people should join Mr. T's lawsuit, and I have.
Yeah, me too.
So if you haven't, I think it's a good idea.
What one is that, Mr. T? You don't want to mention his name?
Mr. T. I don't know.
Mr. T or President T?
Yeah. Number 45.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody's asking about Kim and saying that
Live Now saying that Mr. T is working for the C. I don't know if I believe that.
I'm not sure I do either.
It's possible, but I don't know if I believe that.
He's true blue, and JFK Jr. is alive. Okay, a lot of us know that. And Diana is alive, and Prince is alive, and Michael Jackson is alive.
And JFK only died in January of this year. He was
not that long ago, yes.
And guess what? The day that he died, Diana, and I used to direct message with her on Twitter. Diana showed us the perfumes that President Kennedy wore. I talked to him. He had an account. He was really into gematria. I love that man, like my father. Anyway, the aroma of his cologne visited me the day he died. I'm sorry I didn't get to meet with him physically and hug him. But this is the kind of senses that we get if we're paying attention and we're, in a balanced state. Because I'm not, I'm pretty basic. Pretty basic, grounded woman, But yeah, so they wore I think it was different Chanel fragrances. They're like about $200 a bottle. And I told one of my friends, I've got to go back. I've got it on I have a real old laptop that the sound is burned out on and all that, but I've got my pictures still. I thought I need to look into that and I want to smell that again. But yeah, the aroma, I got the aroma. It was like he was saying goodbye. It was like what happened when my grandfather passed.
Wow, that's amazing.
And jazz, isn't it? I'm telling you,
it is amazing. There's something that somebody else was saying about Kim again, and I think one of the things that she is trying to do, mainly, more than anything else, is to get people to stop thinking Mr. T is going to be their savior and to stand up for themselves. I think that's a big part of what she's attempting to do.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. T is not the savior. You were your own savior.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, he was giving us the country. That means we have to go and tell these people that work for us, which are, the people in office, we need to hire the good people. We have to find the constitutional sheriffs. We need to,
and heaven knows there's a lot of them that aren't. I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but the badge of some of the people in the LA Sheriff Department have some symbols on it that would freak you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the little curly Q triangle symbol.
Yep.
Yeah. right?
Well,
the LA Sheriff's
you can
Badge.
go to, that would be good to go to Sheriff Mack.
Mhm.
Yes, I actually had an interview with Sheriff Mack, and we
That's-
did. Paul and I worked on a very patriotic beginning on that we spent some time on, didn't we, Paul?
Yeah, if I would have thought about it, if I would have known that you were going to bring that up, I probably would have had that cued to be able to play it on our way out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go find that. And
Yeah, so that's great. And Chris Hall is going around the country teaching sheriffs constitutional law too. So
Much of what's happened to us has been so unlawful and unconstitutional.
Yeah.
And many people don't realize it. And police, per se, are policy enforcers for the corporation. There's a difference. Constitutional sheriffs are supposed to be elected and can deputize people as they see fit. But the whole thing is,
I think they take an oath though, but they don't understand constitutional law. And I got to be honest, I have to go back and study. I'm studying at Liberty First University with Chris Ann Hall when I came.
well, we have the problem too that we have two constitutions, and the original one is the one that is really for the people, for us.
Yeah.
And that's really important. And there's so many ways that we have been conned, duped, misled, not disclosed the truth, and so on. And it's like I said, you can just about pick any area and find that out. And it's always been about the money.
Yeah, and they've worked us to death, and then they crash economies. I kept saying, why does the economy keep crashing? I had successful businesses. I mean, and then the economy would crash. And, my people would lose stuff, so they'd stop ordering, and pretty soon, here we go again.
Yep.
That's got to stop.
That's
A lot of
happening right
people have
now.
lost-
Yes.
A lot of people have lost everything. I mean, and this is getting really old.
I've already had that happen in my life a while ago, so I get that. It's no
and
fun
having
either.
food and fancy work, and look at all the little small businesses going under. And
Yes.
this is
That's
it.
by design. It's by design.
Well, you know what? No more. It's gone. It's over. It's over for them. This isn't going to work anymore.
Did you find that?
yes,
Paul?
I did.
Alrighty then.
Great talking
Good.
to you guys. Great.
It'd be nice to have that play for us.
much love to Patty and her healing.
Yes, yes. Everybody send Patty loving, healing energies, please.
Absolutely, and we can play that on our way out of the program. If you guys want to see it, I can change the share, or it'll be on the stream. Just go to the last 2 minutes of the stream, or 3 minutes of the stream.
I'd like to see it myself.
You'd like to see
Yeah,
it?
I'll watch.
Okay.
Great work, Paul.
All right. You guys talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. Let me figure out how to get this on the stream and on Zoom at the same time. That's going to be interesting.
You can do it. I got confidence in you, Paul.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what I will do is we'll just do the Zoom thing and we'll share it. Okay. So I'll just have to switch what screen I'm sharing and we'll get her done. I thought you guys were going to keep talking.
Okay, well, you know what I was going to do? This is just a fun thing. So I was like, okay, I think I'm going to, I was going to make a tinfoil crown, because now those of us that had a tinfoil hat should have tinfoil crowns. Because that's, we're the ones who, were right all along. So here you go. Here's
who
your
stood
crap.
outside of the box and said, "Wait a minute."
That's right. Wait a minute. There's something weird going on here. What the heck? And then they throw these economic experts on the TV. Back when I had TV, like 1990 something.
I don't even remember the last time I had one. I don't have one now, and we're talking about having the tribunals on the TV, and I'm going, "Oh, geez, you mean I have to get one?"
Well, I used to listen to Charlie Rose, and I used to like Frontline, but they would bury it like 1 a.m., you know? And then I didn't watch a whole lot, but anyway, I think Paul might be ready. You ready?
I'm getting there.
Oh, you're still getting there? Okay.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
there was good stuff. I used to watch a little Dr. Oz at times if I was home, but mostly I worked, to be honest.
Yeah, same here.
I didn't watch a lot of TV. In fact, I wouldn't even have it in my home with my kid when he was little.
Mhm.
And then he begged
Good
and
for
begged
you.
and begged, and I would only let him watch certain things. And
Oh my gosh! Speaking of that, some of the things that they have on TV for little kids nowadays. Oh my word! People need to look at that and say, "Wait a minute, you can't watch this." I mean, they're into vampires and all kinds of really.
and
bizarre-
that subconscious programming is terrible.
Yes, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's really bad. There was I think if they search out, I can't remember the name of it now, but there was like a good TV station that showed like nice things for young children and families. And like on the Hallmark Channel, they forced me to get a TV. I don't actually turn it on much though, hardly ever. But more nice things. And there's so much that is good that could be shared, like even with Beverly, you know, making tinctures, what these plants are. There's so much good news. There's so much information that everybody has that we could get out there if we weren't so censored. You know?
Yes. Well, I think if we did something herbal, I don't think they would censor
Probably
that.
would.
We'd probably have to do a medical disclaimer, of course.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would hope that most people are aware of the fact that that's only being done because of the powers that be. That way they'll try to come after people, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you just can't say that it'll cure anything.
Yeah.
You
I
just
heard the
can't
word
use the C
cure
word.
is actually copyrighted by, I don't know if it's Big Pharma or the AMA, but one of them copyrighted that word, and that's why no one can use it.
Okay,
Can you
well,
believe that?
if we're ready to wrap it up, I've got it
right.
set up.
See you later. Great talking to you guys.
It's going to be a little clumsy, but
Thank you, everyone, for being here.
nice to
Thank you
meet
for
you.
listening. Thank you for helping Patty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
yep. And we will do the Declaration of Independence on the way out. Thank you so much for joining us for this collaborative program between Free Range with Gail of Gaia and myself with Global Voice Radio. So here we go. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. This program is presented for information purposes only. The statements made herein have not been evaluated by any agency and should not be considered professional, legal, or medical advice. Viewers are directed to consult their own professional sources before acting on any information presented here.